Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the occupant that is pushing this truth, and also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. And quick lesson, at least try to make it a quick lesson. Have this article, and it's basically going into violence or assassinations becoming a normal thing into society, right? Matter of fact, it says experts warn of a dangerous shift in American societal norms. Now, I did have that up. Let me see if I still have that up. Right, the word societal, real quick.
Societal.
It says anything relating or characteristics of society as a whole, encompassing its structures, systems, and interactions. Yeah, so as society is, you never seen people come up against the government like they're doing now, or speaking of violence like they're doing now. So this is a irregular thing. This is not a normal thing, but it's becoming a norm. Let me see. There's some more of that. Some more of this real quick. Okay, that's cool. All right. It says the normalization of political violence is taking root in public life in the United States. Once shocking near assassinations are becoming grimly accepted chapters in political campaigns. Experts warn this signals a dangerous shift in societal norms, and consequences are already unfolding. It says the Hill reported Sunday. The report notes that in the year following the first assassination attempt on President Trump, public threats toward officials have not only been persistent, they have escalated. You see, so people have basically had enough, because the laws that's being passed, in this society, these different draconian laws, but also the poor getting poorer and the rich getting richer. Okay, then you have the prices of food. You have the escalation of war in this society. So people are really they done fucking had it. That's why it's written. It says the haughty people do languish. People are basically worn the hell out in this society. That's why, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. So now people have no other choice but to push back, and that's why the scripture speaks about uproars of the people, too. We'll probably grab that too. That's because that's another thing. You're going to see more protests too. But this time, guess what? The protests are going to become violent. As they protest more, guess what? Those protests are going to become more aggressive and more violent. And that's because people are tired. Let's get right to it. It says the earth mourneth. This Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. All right. It says the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people do languish. See, you see, people are fucking tired. People are tired of paying for $4 gas, $3 gas. A bag of apples, 10 goddamn dollars. It says let's jump to 7. New wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry heart do sigh. You see? So like I was saying, people are, wore out. The mirth of the tabret ceaseth, or what, music. Well, people going to the club, having a good time. The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the heart ceaseth. You see? So people are not having a good time right now. You know, let's grab another scripture. Then I go to that. Hold on, this is in verse 11. Okay. So, right. Okay. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. It says there's crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Look and pay attention. Like if you go to the mall, any spot that's known for having a lot of people, man, it's fucking through. All right, the place, good old America, that so-called made this place great is gone. Now, only thing for people to do, is to basically buck up, fight against the system, So let's go to that scripture. Second Esdras 9:3. Get right, start from 2. It says, then shalt thou understand is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, right? Because that's what's next, or continual uproars of the people. All right, you already beat the people down, People got to work 3 or 4 jobs. Now it's time for those protests to get violent, And I'm going to show you. Hold on. Let's go to the book of Esdras in the GNT. Let's start from 14. Second Esdras 15:14. It says, the world and the people in it are doomed, right? And that's true. People are fucked. All right, just gonna say it like that. You're doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves to fight against other nations, and there will be great political turmoil. With one group of people trying to overpower another to gain control while ignoring legitimate government, right? Oh, I was just looking at something. They just denied the crypto bill, mainly the goddamn Democrats, because they was trying to they was trying to pass the anti-CBDC, all right, which basically means all your money is tracked, people, the Republicans want more of a free flow of cryptocurrency. The Democrats want to be want everything to be tracked. At least that's what they tell it, within this story, within this this play that they're doing, on this stage. Like it says, the world is a stage. It says there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government, right? So, hey, people are about to, come down, or all hell is about to break out. But people are basically done with the so-called government, They're to their wits' end, That's why you see all these Edomites, all right, whether Democrat or fucking Republicans, they saying, look, this is not the America. This is not the America that we once knew. It says, where is that at? All right, just start back from this. The normalization of political violence is taking root in the public in the United States. Once shocking near assassinations are becoming grimly accepted chapters in political campaigns. Experts warn this signals a dangerous shift in societal norms, and the consequences are already unfolding. The Hill reported Sunday. The report notes that in the year following first assassination attempt on President Donald Trump, public threats toward officials have only persisted. They have escalated. From the tragic killings. What the hell? Well,
Without ceasing,
what the hell?
Okay.
Slovakia. What the hell? All right, Bible app tweaking. Well, whatever. Made me lose my thought a little bit. Yeah, but basically, these senators, or the president, man, they're really coming down on the match. That totally made me lose the train of my thought. And people are basically tired of it. They're caught up in the midst of these of the people that's ruling. Let me grab this scripture. Man, that totally threw me off. What the hell? Because this is what's taking place right here. Ecclesiastes 10:16. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thou king is a child." And when you look at the so-called white man, or even president, they rule in a very, childish way, in a non-profitable way. It's literally like giving a kid 1,000 candy bars. You think they're not gonna eat 1,000 fucking candy bars? And they won't share them. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thou king is a child," right? When you go into that word child too, right? It says boy, lad, servant, right? That's another thing, all right? It says, what's that? I think it's Ecclesiastes. I've seen servants on horses, and princes walking, right? So not just in a childlike manner, in a servant manner, all right? Because Esau doesn't have a royal man. You got peasants ruling this society, and it shows. Because somebody with an actual kingly mind, all right, they will want their kingdom to be doing great. They will want the citizens to flourish. Okay? Because it's written in the book of Sirach. It says what? So is the king, so is the people. But they're what? Constantly hunting, all right? Hunting the people, fucking oppressing the people. The citizens is a prey. It says, what did I leave off at? "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and the princes eat in the morning," or what? Devour in the morning, right? "Blessed art thou, O land, when thou king is the son of nobles, and the princes eat in due season." Which means what, man? They doing what's profitable for the citizens. "For strength," it says, "the princes eat in due season, for strength and not for drunkenness." You see? Not like this fucking society, man. That's why Trump, he was trying to revamp some things, but guess what? It's a little too late. Now the people want to go for blood, or people want to kill each other. Scripture speaks about what's that? Hold on. 1 second. Let's grab this in the book of Isaiah. This is what's taking place. Also, what's taking place. Oh, you know what? I'm going to read the whole thing, because both of them are in here. All right, let's start from 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which is what's taking place right now, right? The Democrats and fucking Republicans, you know, and all these different things. All right. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against city. Kingdom against kingdom, right? Even like if you look at different states, right? You might have a red state, but you can have a Democrat town, you know, in a red state. You see? So it's a good chance that people that are Republicans can, you know, roll down on that Democrat town. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. See, and that's what's taking place. You know, there's no more wisdom, you know, in this devil, man. He can't put out delusion, put out that delusion anymore, right? Because it's written, the Lord said he was going to destroy the covering cast. All right, people are kind of waking up, you know. Matter of fact, hold on, let's grab that too. Right? So even that covering cast is even being destroyed in America. Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. You see, everybody is starting to realize that, you know, they're taking it up the rim wrecker. You know, everybody's getting fucked. You know. Everybody is not going to receive the white picket fence or get the work in your word I'm looking for, in your occupation. All right, that you got your degree in. All right, you won't get to do that. You're gonna be working at fucking McDonald's and rallies. Okay. It says, let's go back. Isaiah 20:19 and 3. And the spirit shall fill in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. A fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And that's what's taking place. Esau, Edom, or this dude Donald Trump, you know, he said he was going to do a lot of things, you know. Now he's going back on his promise. So now people are ready to load up on these devils, man. So let's go back to this article real quick. It says, for the tragic killing of Minnesota state legislator to last week firefight. Right. See, and they swept that under the fucking rug. Right? When dude was in the mountains, you know, he was shooting at the goddamn fire department. The tragic killing of Minnesota state legislator, the last week firefight at U.S. border. No, that's a different one. But it was one where the guy was in the mountains too, you know. U.S. Border Patrol station in Texas, high-profile incidents are mounting. So that's letting you know people are straight up coming up against this place, whether the shit is staged or not. You know, it can still lead to other events like this. You know, other people can be influenced. You know, and start doing things. You know, it says John Lewis, a research fellow, a George Washington University's program on extremists, told The Hill, "We continue to see normalizing on political violence, a very casual acceptance that some elected officials may be legitimate target for violence based on conspiracies and based on disinformation. Unfortunately and tragically, we've seen that has real world consequences." He added that there is so much rhetoric, it's only a matter of time before someone with a grievance and a gun finds that justification. See? And it's written, what is that at? Sword. Right, but this is in a different version of it. 2 Ezra 15:15 again. It says, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh." That's the part I wanted right there, all right? So the sword is drawing nigh, man. You know, people are turning to the sword, you know? That's the only option in these last days. But anyways, man, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's wishing this true. And also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. Peace.